Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand, remove your hats, place your hand on your heart, and render the proper respect for the presentation of the colors by the Mattoon JROTC Color Guard, consisting of Sapphire Crooker, Dylan Wright, Summer Birdwell, and Mark Winans commanding. Tonight, our national anthem will be performed by MHS senior Natasha Carter.
Time, march. Color guard, halt. Present colors. Sir, permission to post the colors.
Permission granted.
Order, colors. Center, base. Center, base. Forward, march. Color guard, halt. Post. Colors. Present, arm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order, arm. Center, base. Forward, march. Forward, march.
Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome and thank you for coming to Mattoon High School's Class of 2026 Commencement Ceremony. Class of 2026, I want to thank you for a wonderful year. It seems like it was just August and you were having your senior sunrise, and then at the beginning of a year of first and last. This week reminded me of this with baccalaureate, the senior car parade, exams, graduation practice, handing out caps and gowns, and one last meal together at the seniors' last hurrah. So before we recognize and celebrate you with applause and diplomas, let me share one last message of encouragement. By a show of hands, how many of you have ever had to move houses or apartments? All right, audience participation is encouraged. Thank you. So the vast majority of us have that shared experience. I bring this up for a lot of reasons, but mainly because many of you are getting ready to move, to relocate for school, work, and the military. You're also moving on from your current routine of life, moving on from schooling, friends, parents, and family. You are moving forward. So the topic of moving actually reflects life in a lot of ways. And I hope the story of your life will be one of moving forward. So here are some virtuous tips for moving forward with your life. Wisdom. Never stop learning. Never stop studying. Keep an open mind and stay curious. If you want to be the best at something, it has far more to do with knowledge than talent. Everyone can learn. So read, listen, and watch to learn, and then act on it. Ask the most successful people for whatever it is you want to know. Read the biographies of the greats. Today, we have more access to knowledge than at any other time in history. Almost all of it you can get for free. Actually get to know people. In an age of epic distraction, do you know people as well as you should? Don't ever doubt how much you have to learn from someone, like your grandparents, and yes, sorry, students, from your parents. Now, don't worry. Parents, we have a lot to learn from our students and our kids. You can learn this wisdom without having to drop, dent, or break your furniture or your future. Moderation. Stay balanced. Stay in control of yourself and your emotions. Avoid excess or extremes, for everything has a time and place. Some phases of your life, you need to move frequently. The plus to this is you get in the habit of evaluating what you actually need and don't. Needs and wants are two very different things. By honing this skill, you can find more gratitude, less disappointment, and less frustration because you're eliminating envy and jealousy. Don't get caught up in collecting stuff. It's not about how much you have. Plus, it means you have that much more to carry around when you move. Sometimes it's choosing to not pick something up, and sometimes it's letting something go. For how can we enjoy freedom and be free if we are a slave to other people's opinions, jobs, looks, titles, awards, or possessions? Courage. Stand up for what you know is right. Do not be afraid or timid in life. Practice humility. You're lost. You've got no clue. What's stopping you from stopping and asking for directions? Believe it or not, the local probably knows better than the app you're using. You see that person who is struggling? Do you have the courage to help them? You see the person who is ridiculed and lied about you in trouble and struggling. Do you have the courage to be kind? You're exhausted from packing all night and you're moving that giant couch up the stairs. And you've got somebody and they're yelling at you, pivot. All right, thank you. If you know, you know. So you can't control them yelling pivot at you, but you can control your reaction. Justice. Do the right thing for the right reason. Care for and show kindness to others. Do your duty. Moving forward throughout your life, you will face opportunities and challenges. Remember that while you can't control the events that happen in your life, you do control how you respond, and how we respond is about us and not the other people. The challenges in our life are the real opportunities to assess who we are, not when everything's going our way. So look at the challenges as an opportunity for growth and not a burden. For we are not brought up onto this world to live a life of seeking pleasure, comfort, a life of ease and of self-interest. No, we were created for a much greater purpose. Our lives are to have meaning. So never do harm to others. Always act in good faith. Always be truthful. Use what you have to serve and help others. So just 4 virtues. But if you spend your life honoring these virtues every day, there's no doubt you will be moving your life forward and all those who you meet along the way. We are what we repeatedly do, Aristotle says. Therefore, excellence is not an act, but a habit. I wish you success, as defined by this quote from John Wooden. Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. So as I've shared many times before, think before you speak, think before you act, and be kind to one another. Next, I would like to introduce Mattoon Community Unit Number 2 School Board Vice President, Miss Ashley Overton. She will be introducing our senior class and student council president. Thank you, guys.
Good evening. Brooklyn Redfern has been a dedicated leader for the class of 2026, serving as class president during her sophomore, junior, and senior years. In addition to her class leadership, she was honored to serve as president of the National Honor Society during her senior year. This fall, Brooklyn will continue her academic journey at Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, where she will major in biological sciences while working towards her future career as a dentist. Please welcome Brooklyn.
Good evening, everyone. To the teachers, parents, families, and friends, thank you for being here to celebrate this moment with us. It's hard to believe we're finally here. For so long, graduation felt so far away, something we talked about but could never fully imagine. And now, tonight, we sit together one last time as classmates before we go out into the world as something new. When people look back on high school, they often remember the big moments, the games, dances, and graduation day. But honestly, I think the moments I'll miss most are the small ones. Talking all lift session instead of studying, laughing with friends when we're supposed to be dissecting a cat, long bus rides to soccer games, or even going to Taco Bell for lunch every Tuesday. These moments didn't seem important at the time, but somehow became the memories that matter to me most. Over these years, we've all changed. We came into high school unsure of who we were, and now we leave with stronger hearts, bigger dreams, and lessons that no classroom alone could teach us. There were difficult days too, days when we felt stressed, overwhelmed, or uncertain about the future. But what makes this class special is that we kept going. We helped each other through challenges, celebrated each other's successes, and grew together along the way. Tonight is not just about receiving a diploma, it's about recognizing everything it took to get here. The sacrifices, the effort, the failures we learned from, and the people who stood beside us through it all. To our parents and families, thank you for every ride to school, showing up to every game or performance, every word of encouragement, and every sacrifice you made for us. We would not be here without you. To our teachers and staff, thank you for believing in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves. You gave us more than lessons, you gave us guidance, patience, and support. And to the class of 2026, be proud of yourself. No matter what your journey looked like, you made it to this moment. As we move forward, life will change. Some friendships will grow, some paths will separate, and new experiences will shape who we become. But no matter where life takes us, we will always share this chapter together. So tonight, take it all in. The laughter, the tears, the memories, and the people around you, because this moment only happens once. Class of 2026, thank you for the memories, the friendship, and the journey. I'll never forget it. Congratulations, graduates.
Claire Hampton has served as the class of 2026 vice president for all 4 years of her high school. She also served as the vice president of National Honor Society and as the student council vice president her junior year, and is now serving as student council president her senior year. Claire will be attending Eastern Illinois University in the fall with plans to major in public relations and minor in meeting and event management. Please welcome Claire. Sorry, I flipped it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Claire Hampton, and this year I have served as your student council president, working behind the scenes of homecoming dances, prom, assemblies, and everyone's favorite, the afternoon announcements and joke of the day. But my most favorite part of this job would have to be getting opportunities like this to speak with all of the class that I have grown up with. A few of you I've known since preschool, some of you I've known since elementary school, most of you I've known since middle school, and all of you I've known through high school. And as I was writing this speech, I couldn't help but think of how this is the end of such a big part of my life. But then I realized that life is kind of like a book, and this may seem cliche, but graduating does not signify the end of the story, just the end of a chapter. And to me, that's the great thing about graduating, because not everything meaningful lasts forever. And high school was an extremely meaningful experience for me. If high school were a book, we would all be reading a completely different story, although some parts of the chapters would remain the same, like the awkwardness and confusion of freshman year, or the nostalgia, sadness, and excitement of senior year. Some of these chapters I would reread over and over again if I could, but some I would skip and pretend they didn't happen. But without the mistakes made, we may not be where we are right now, because not every story ties together perfectly, keeps the same characters, or goes how you expected. But what is important is that you remember that your story is not over. You have your entire life to make new friends, memories, and even mistakes that will change your. Because not every story ties together perfectly, keeps the same characters, or goes how you expected. But what is important is that you remember that your story is not over. You have your entire life to make new friends, memories, and even mistakes that will change your story. So keep writing it. High school was just the rough draft, and now it is time for us to revise, edit, and add the good parts. Thanks, Miss Shook. Not every page was perfect, but each of them belongs in our story and are going to outline the next steps of our lives. Moreover, it is important to keep in mind that the best stories are not predictable. They have cliffhangers, plot twists, emotions, and so much more. So if your future feels unpredictable, you're doing something right. To close, like any book, I have a personal list of acknowledgements for this chapter of my life. First, Mrs. Riemann, or as I know her, Miss Woods. My math teacher for 3 years, tennis coach for 4, and unofficial wave time teacher for the entirety of high school. Now that I'm graduating, I can confidently say that I consider her my friend, mentor, and a true role model. Thank you for teaching me more than just math lessons. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Walk for pushing me to have courage and for leading our student council consistently. Without you, I would not be standing up here tonight, so thank you. I would also like to thank my mom and dad who supported me through everything, and not only these last 4 years, but for my entire life. Lastly, I would like to thank Mrs. St. John and Miss Dalby for being such a great support system throughout my senior year and being so helpful and encouraging in everything that I did. Congratulations, class of 2026. We finally made it, and now it is time for bigger and better things. In the words of Natalia Bedingfield, drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dale Ryder, and I am honored to be president of the school board. And first, on behalf of the entire board, I would like to thank the people who are seated behind the graduates here this evening. We know that without your support of these graduates, their journey would not nearly have been what it is and may not have ended in success. So thank you very much for supporting your graduates. Since long before her inception, the United States of America has been bestowed with many, many blessings, but surely one of the most prominent of those has been the collective willingness of millions of men and women who, when they were called upon, donned the uniforms of the armed forces and served their country in one of its military branches. Their willingness to leave behind friends and family and safety and security most certainly is one of the most important reasons we are here tonight and able to enjoy our rights and freedoms. A number of those people are here with us tonight. And so before going any further, I would like to ask any person who has served in the United States Armed Forces, a veteran, would you please rise and receive the recognition you so well deserve? Thank you so much. But just as important as recognizing and applauding the past is encouraging and supporting and recognizing the future. And that is the people who are seated right here in the green robes in front of me. Would any graduate who is either entering a service academy or is entering the armed forces upon graduation, please rise so that you can be thanked. Godspeed to the class of 2026. Thank you very much.
Summa cum laude is the highest academic achievement possible at Mattoon High School. These students have earned straight A's through their 4 years at Mattoon High School while taking our most challenging courses. It's my honor to introduce our summa cum laude students as they share their graduation address.
Good evening, family, friends, and most importantly, my fellow graduates of the class of 2026. Tonight marks the beginning of something new for all of us as we move forward into the rest of our lives. The change we are all about to go through will bring us new experiences, new opportunities, and unfortunately with that, a lot of unsolicited advice. Over the last 4 years, we have seen this firsthand as we have heard friends, families, teachers, and classmates speak to us some popular phrases such as just be yourself, don't be afraid to try new things, or my personal favorite, just fake it till you make it. While these words often come from a place of love, many of us have realized that they cannot always apply to our lives. So tonight, we would like to share with you our real pieces of advice that we have acquired over the last 4 years.
One piece of advice I truly took to heart was get involved. During high school, I joined multiple extracurriculars, including soccer. At almost every practice or game, my coaches lovingly reminded me that I was the slowest on the field. And looking back, I think they were just committed to giving me a hard time. But honestly, those practices, the jokes, and the memories became some of my favorite moments of high school. And they taught me that the best experiences come from simply showing up and being part of something.
Christmas in July. This is what I found helped me the most throughout high school. If I was studying and I couldn't focus, I'd turn on Mariah Carey. If I lost motivation, I'd turn on the Polar Express. Some people might think these things are childish or odd, but it's what worked for me. I also learned that there were things that definitely didn't work for me, like pretending Christmas music is only for December, or as taking a zoology class that requires me to catch grasshoppers. My advice is simple. Find what works for you. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You just have to find what helps you be happy and successful. And for me, it was Christmas.
I've worked with kids a lot throughout high school, and not only have they helped me find my career path, but I've been able to learn a lot about life from them. My biggest piece of advice: everybody should allow themselves to get brutally humbled by a kid under the age of 10 on a regular basis. These kids have no care in the world. They spill things, fall down, embarrass themselves, and they will call out if your shirt is a strange color. Stay humble and kind, and give yourself the courage to speak up and be yourself. Don't go around and tell everyone their shirt is a weird color, but if there is something in life you are too scared to say or do, don't hold back and go do it.
In high school, there are many fun and exciting times, but there are also many times to be anxious about certain events. These include presentations, tests, speeches, and in my case, Miss Bartlett's calc final. there are also non-academic events that, like sport events, that can also be nerve-wracking. In my experience, everything has always turned out okay. As my mom would always say when I told her I was worried, it'll be all right. For the high schoolers who still have time remaining at MHS and to the almost graduates here today, my advice is to always know that everything will be all right in the end, even if it doesn't seem possible in the moment.
In life, it is all but guaranteed that you will go through rough patches. You will fail at some point. However, none of this matters if you cling to this simple advice. Be too stubborn. Commitment is key in anything that you do in life, and if you are too stubborn to accept failure, that unwavering dedication will lead you through anything that the future holds. Trusting this advice will transform your idea of what failure is, taking it from something to fear because it means that you did not succeed to something to appreciate because it means that you've made progress in something that you love.
For a long time, I had this idea that whatever happens, happens, and my job is simply to trust that everything will work out in the end. While having that trust is very important, I would often take it a step too far and hold off on preparing altogether. I wouldn't stress out over tests, but sometimes I wouldn't study either. And it took me a long time to recognize that in order to succeed, both trust and preparation are vital. Without trust, you can be locked in place, too afraid to take that leap of faith. But without preparation, you can be ill-equipped to handle what life has in store. This is why my advice to you all is to prepare. Invest in yourself and in your future, but never be afraid to go where life takes you, even if it isn't where you thought you'd end up.
My advice to everyone is to don't use ChatGPT. Everyone has used it once or twice, but I've made the mistake of getting lazy on my last calculus problem set and having it help me solve the problem. I wrote the solution down myself in my own words, but it only took Miss Bartlett one glance to realize and call me out for doing it. My group and I had to redo the entire thing the day before it was due and made it so much more difficult than it should have been. So my advice, just don't use AI.
Don't let go. Over the 8 years I showed cattle, this was the single most important advice my dad would give. While walking them every day in the summer heat, I tried my hardest to do just that. I let go a few times, and every time my dad would remind me, you can't let go when they start to run. You need to show them you're in charge. So the next time one started to run, I listened to his advice to the fullest until I ran out of rope and was sent flying across the barn lot. However, I've used this in the real world. I set goals, didn't let go of them, and now they are complete. Don't let go of your dreams. Follow through. You will succeed.
Get help. No matter where you are in life, but especially during and after high school, you will not be able to do everything that you need by yourself. Or, if you can, it'll be incredibly taxing for you. There are almost always people there for you, trying to help you. That is a valuable resource, and you should make use of it. Throughout high school, I've gotten help from my guidance counselors, teachers, peers, and anybody else who's been willing to assist me. With these pieces of assistance, I've excelled in my classes and gotten to the point that I'm at now. And I don't plan to stop asking for help after high school.
Take it one day at a time. This is a phrase I've been telling myself a lot the past 4 years during the times I felt myself becoming too overwhelmed with the future. Trying to look toward my life after graduation has been daunting at times as I experienced my last of senior year and began to overthink about living a less structured life. But this phrase has kept me grounded in the present moment. It has helped me keep my mind organized when thinking of my academic workload, as well as serving as a reminder to cherish the time I have with the people who are most important to me. I can't be completely sure what my future holds for me, but taking it one day at a time has helped me reach goals that have felt impossible and make irreplaceable memories with the people who have always supported me. So that is my advice to you.
The only thing that comes to mind when thinking of high school, other than the obvious school part, is a single word: friends. The ones I've had since kindergarten and the ones I've made just this year have had an enormous impact on my life. Being workshop partners in senior year comp, doing partner tricks in dance, sitting behind a random junior on the first day of Bio 2, or eating Mexican every Friday with another random junior and some freshmen are prime examples of what being a friend is to me. But it's more than that. It's the small smiles you give in the hallway or holding the door on your way in from lunch. So my one piece of advice you may ask, well, no one is surprised when I say, be a friend. Because I know one thing we all have in common. We all need our friends. Those we have had for a while, and especially those younger friends you make throughout your senior year.
We finally did it. All those nights spent studying, the intricate notes taken, and the flashcards created have helped me to reach this exact moment. Now, I know that's probably what you'd expect me to say, but let me tell you the truth. Sometimes the tireless hours spent practicing material or reading the same study guide did less for me than simply walking into the classroom, taking a deep breath, and saying a quick prayer. Whether I did this out of trust or unpreparedness, I'm not sure, but its unconventional effectiveness taught me a valuable lesson. This isn't to say that hard work isn't important, but it is to say that you often know more than you realize. So my advice to you all is to trust your mind and to remember that even during eras of stress and adversity, trusting yourself can take you further than stressing over the uncertain ever will.
Work hard now so your future self will thank you later. This is a piece of advice I was given at the start of high school. At the time, I thought it meant always being prepared and never falling behind. But after 4 years of deadlines, stress, and procrastination, I've realized that this is not always the case. Before any teachers start to panic, I'm not saying procrastination is the key to success, but it has taught me that most people are just figuring things out as they go. So my advice to you is this: you don't need to have your whole life figured out right now. Trust yourself, keep moving forward, and remember that you are more capable than you think.
Today isn't just the end of high school. It's the beginning of everything we've worked towards. We faced stress, deadlines, early mornings, and moments where giving up felt easier, but we made it here. As we leave high school and begin the next chapter of our lives, every one of us will take a different path. Some of us are going to college, some are starting jobs, joining the military, or still figuring things out, and that's okay. Along the way, we'll all hear different advice about success, happiness, and the future. The truth is, no single piece of advice works for everyone because we each have our own goals, struggles, and dreams. What matters the most is finding the path that is right for you and having the courage to follow it. And with that being said, congratulations, class of 2026. The future is ours, so let's make it count.
Superintendent Condren and members of the Board of Education, I do hereby certify the students who are about to come to the stage to receive their diplomas have completed all of the graduation requirements of Mattoon Community Unit Number 2 School District in the state of Illinois. At this time, I would like to ask the junior marshals to come forward and direct seniors to receive their diplomas. In order to preserve and maintain the dignity of the commencement ceremony, we ask that you observe the guidelines which are printed in the commencement program. The class of 2026, their parents, the Mattoon School Board, and administration would greatly appreciate your cooperation in order to provide everyone the opportunity to hear their graduate's name announced tonight. I thank you in advance for your respect for our graduates and their family. First row, please stand.
Ashlyn Ray Adams. Jackson James Allen. Symphony Amanda Allen. Macy Addison Allwart. Jaden Michael Amerson. Ethan Michael Ames. Jaden James Anderson. Kara Lane Anderson, summa cum laude. Isabel Nicole Angel. Raiden Allen Bailey Birch. Layla Renee Ballard. Mason William Bean. Waylon Bruce Beeson. Talon Curtis Burkheimer. Cole Lee Michael Board. Maisie Leanne Bullen. Kimmery Ray Marie Bowman. Devin Nicole Bradley. Claire Colleen Branson. Kendall Ann Bridges. Dylan Matthew Brothers. Kendall Addison Brown. Denver Allen Birch. Elliot Dennis Burrell. Lucas Darrell Lee Butler. Sophia Faith Cairns. Angel Gabriel Candelario Jr. Heather Christine Carberry. Cooper Delano Carlin. London Renee Carter. Natasha B. Carter. Corbin Adam Cassidy. Jackson Laverne Cronick. Mackenzie Renee Clinton. Maxwell Leo Coffey. Ariana Talia Cayenne Coleman. Shiloh Reagan Coleman. James Gregory Connett. Judith Grace Connett. Jackson Dean Cook. McKinley Jade Cowger. Carson Wayne Craig. Aubriana Page Cross. Sophia Daisy Cross. Hayden Matthew Croy. Braden Christopher Daly. Leland Bryce Dean Daniels. Lillian May Daniels. Addison Chriselle Davis. Jabari Amir Davis. Bryce Anthony Dees. Hayden Lee Michael Dobbs. Mary Sunshine Dowdy. Joshua Jaden Dubson. Lily May Durbin. Braden Lee John Easton. Logan Michael Ethington. Bo Patrick Ferris. Julian Thomas Vernon Ferguson. Lucy Dale Farrar. Caden Douglas Frederick. Isaac Daniel French. Parker Thomas Fryer. Damian Latrell Fulton. Clayton Gerald Gass, summa cum laude. Connor Andrew Gurgany. Ella Christine Gurgany. Kennedy Jane Gerald. Julian Gomez. Christian Alexander Gonzalez. Maggie Nevea Lee Goodrich. Audrina Marie Gordon. Kalea Ann Mary Angelina Gowern. Joran Russell Haldorson, summa cum laude. Hayden Lee Hall. Claire Ann Hampton. Cameron Larice Harrison. Aiden James Hawkins. Lincoln Andrew Hayes. Logan Michael Hayes. Elena Marie Hedges. Joshua Harrison Heldman. Isaiah Marion Helmuth. Kylie Willow Helton. Kenley Grace Hirschberger. Riley Joseph Hirschberger. Deontay Rantuan Hester. Makara Shea Hill. Robert Liam Hawking, summa cum laude. Sophia Grace Hoppen, summa cum laude. Casey Randall Horth. Chase William Michael Howard. Zion Dean Witten Huckaba. McKinley Jade Hurt. Talon Nevea Hutchinson. Kelsey Marie Irons, summa cum laude. Cobriana Chanel Jackson. Ethan William James. Jocelyn Marie Janes. Brooke Alexis Job. Lola Jane Johnson. Eston Deacon Jones. Stefan Vontavious Jones. Jillian Kathleen Jones Bashir. Mariah Alyssa Katz. James Leonard Kennedy. Asia Tylea King. Kaylee Avery King. Lily Lee Marie Custer. Cash Dean Kuykendall. Lily Mae Lane. Ava Adele Larson. Alma Rose Luther. Chloe Ann Martinez. Parker William Massey. Alec James McCullough. Jaden Patrick McDevitt. Keandra Mache McWhorter. Christopher Malik McWhorter. Gustavo Medina. Star Zoe Merkel. Ellie Marie Miller, summa cum laude. Matthew J. Miller. Terry Allen Miller. Cheyenne Jean Mitchell. Lucas Andrew Monroe. Grace Rayanne Moses. Adrienne Ellen Moko. Gavin Michael James Miller. Bryson Gregory Mullins. Erin Michelle Mulvaney. Sophia Lene Mundy. Sarah Lynn Muzzy. Shaden Charles Neff. Elena Brooke Nolte. Maya Ann Norton. Bryce Adam Odell. Jaden Michael Olmsted. Tate Tyler Overton. Holly Lee Parker, summa cum laude. Madison Lynn Parks. Bryce Lee Piercy. Falcon Thomas Roy Pearson, summa cum laude. Paisley Savannah Elizabeth Philippi. Macy Lynn Pike. Tristan Michael Porter. Colin Andrew Price. Casey Joe Ramage. Madeline Jade Ramsey. Stella K. Rankin, summa cum laude. Brooklyn Nicole Redfern, summa cum laude. Connor Owen Reinecke. Kendall Grace Renfro. Maya Renee Ritchie. Haley Sue Roberts. Eliza Yvonne Rose. Jamalet Angel Ruiz. Leonel Thomas Ruiz Rodriguez. Kaylin Renee Ryan, summa cum laude. Andrew Lee Sampson. Leo Gavin Schmidt. Michael Ray Schroeder. Derek Anthony Sharp. Keegan William Shaw. Riley Alexis Sledge. Caleb Edward Mitchell Smith. Lamaya Rose Smith. Madison Zahara Smith. Savannah Marie Smith Wright. Cooper Jameson Spencer. Emma Renee Spencer, summa cum laude. Elijah Isaac Spears. Jonah Gregory Stamps. Logan James Thompson. Hayden Joy Thornton. Mabry Elizabeth Thornton. Camden Ryan Tinsman. Jaden Blaine Tipton. Cameron Scott Titus. Gage Ryan Tucker. Mary Jane Turner. Mason Daniel Van Sock. Callaway Lee Wagner. Gordon Ronald Wagner. Alton Garrett Warner. Isaiah Michael Warrington. Harlow Gavin Watkins. Jerica Ann Watts. Ian Ray Weaver. Connor Ray Weber. Lincoln Reese Wheeler, summa cum laude. Alyssa Jade Whitley, summa cum laude. Zoe Evangeline Winnett. Xander Michael Worker. Connor Allen Warman. Bowden Micah Woodkey. Alan Zhang. Grace Marie Zeich. Grayson Lane Morford. Mason Storm Katz.
I was blind to find what I've been looking for. Like a cold sunrise under painted skies above. I was lost inside a fire some folks call love. And I tried to explain it, but I can't understand. It's not complicated, but I'm only a man in love with you. I tried to forget that they won't leave me alone, but the world seems better when I fall in love with you. With you. I'm still amazed when the music plays along. I was high when I was trying to write this song. On a perfect day when nothing stays the same. They say that love is strange and all except for change. When the whole world's sleeping, it's a beautiful place. It all makes sense when I'm lying awake with you. With you. When now the day burns steady, just a moment in time. Take me back when your heart was never too hard to find in love. With you. Fall to your knees. Hear those voices sing. And know that you see that whole sunrise will come. It goes underneath, down below, and in between. It's all I'll ever know. It goes underneath, down below, and in between. It's all I'll ever know. Fall to your knees. Hear those voices sing. And know that you see that whole sunrise will come. back to where we started. When you're all alone, follow your heart and go home. They say
Now, I ask the graduating class of 2020-26 to please stand. Graduates, please move your tassels from the right side of your cap to the left side. Hey, here's the good part. I now present to you the Mattoon High School graduates of the class of 2026. Junior marshals, please lead our graduates out to the Memorial Square. We ask our guests to please remain seated until all the graduates have left the field and the track area. You may join them in the Memorial Square, where you can take photos and celebrate.
Swimming in December. Swimming in December, heading for the city lights. 1975, we sharing each other, nearer than farther. Scent of the lemon drips from your eyes. We are the people that rule the world, pulsating in every boy and girl, all rejoicing in the world. Take me now, we can drive, we live the adventure, love in the summer, follow the sun tonight. Reminiscing of the times of life, for each every other, the feeling is stronger. Shock at 11, got lost in your eyes. I can't do well when I think you're gonna leave me, but I know I tried. Are you gonna leave me now? Can't you be believing now? I can't do well when I think you're gonna leave me, but I know I tried. Are you gonna leave me now? Can't you be believing now? Can you remember the human life? It was so wild, we energized. Lie in the sand and visualize like it's 75 again. We are the people that rule the world, what's running in every boy and girl, all rejoicing in the world. Take me now,